know a man who doesn't need your bad map skills because he has been traveling this great nation for the last 2 years is Mikah Meyer. We talked in August of 2016. We talked to Mikah, and he had just started his journey. He is on a mission to visit all 417 national parks and report back and share his findings with the world. And so back in August, he was about 7% done. Well, now fast forward to, what is it, 2018? Is that where? Yes, August 2018, but it's September 2018. And now Mikah is almost 86% done, and he joins us now on WGN. Mikah, first of all, congratulations. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. After 60,000 miles from seeing you, I'm very happy to be alive and able to join the show again.
Well, it's exciting. So for people who may not have been listening 2 years ago, and I don't know why they wouldn't have been, but we've been here for a while. Explain how your journey, how your mission came about, and why the national parks.
Yeah, well, my dad passed away from cancer when I was 19 years old and was a big road trip fan. So every year since his funeral, really, I've taken one road trip around the time of his death to honor him and honor the time that he didn't get. And along the years, I visited a few national park service sites, and they were some of the most amazing places I'd ever been, and also realized that all my peers thought they were guaranteed to live to 80. So I wanted to do something crazy when I turned 30 to sort of shake my generation and let them know that, just as my dad died at age 58, they might not make it to retirement to pursue their dreams, so they really need to chase them now while they're alive to do so.
And besides spreading that message, which I think is invaluable, it doesn't matter how old you are, you have to realize tomorrow's not guaranteed. So if there's something you want to do, you've got to go out and do it. You're also helping spread the LGBT word and hoping to be a new kind of role model for that community as well.
Totally. When I started this journey, I was really hesitant to talk about being an openly gay man who loved the outdoors because at the time, the outdoors industry had never featured an openly gay man in any of their ads and hadn't even had a Pride Month ad during a millennium where even Mormon-owned Marriott had Pride Month ad campaigns. And so I was really scared to talk about that, but then I got a message from a teenager who said, I'm 15 years old, I go to a private Baptist school in Texas, and I'm not out of the closet to anyone. But I read about you and I read about your journey, and now I know that when I grow up, not only can I be ordinary, but I can also be extraordinary. And so really, since then, I've made it much more of a mission in my journey to really share this awareness that there are tons of LGBT people who are very involved in the outdoors industry, and we just haven't gotten the attention that we should.
And part of what you do is you take the rainbow flag and you're photographed at all the national parks with it. And the message, while similar, there are different levels of the message for that community, right?
It is completely. I mean, I get messages every day from people around the world who say, I'm a gay man and I love the outdoors too, and I've never seen anyone like me until you. And along the way, I've also started talking about being a pastor's son and being a practicing Christian, and so now I get messages every day from people who say I'm an LGBT Christian, and my church told me that I couldn't exist, and now you're living proof that I can. So it's been really amazing to see that the more I sort of share this journey openly and honestly, the more it's connecting with people from around the world and helping encourage and inspire their lives.
Now, this whole journey started, as you said, as a tribute to your dad who passed away. Was there an aha moment somewhere along where you decided, you know what, now it's taken on more than that, and I'm going to open up all these different avenues and let people know the real me? Were you sitting on a cliff in one of the national parks and it just hit you, or how did you make the decision?
It was sort of a slow burn, It was all these people who were messaging me and saying, I've never seen anyone like me until you. And so just realizing I had this amazing platform through this journey and the media attention it was getting, that I really could be kind of the voice for the voiceless. And so whether it's been with my Rainbow Flag photo series or talking to outdoor brands, trying to encourage them to be more inclusive, or visiting churches now along my journey and sharing a message of hope for people who've never heard one, it's been so incredible to use that inspiration that others gave me through sharing their stories to now share my story in a way that makes them feel empowered.
And the journey has been going on, as you said, for a couple of years. It's very exciting. There's been a lot of talk with the new administration about funding for national parks, and it's something that, unless you've been to a national park, you can't understand the beauty and the majesty of these places. As you've been going around and not only seeing the parks, but I'm guessing talking to the people who work at the national parks, is there a sense of nervousness? What are you finding as you go from park to park?
Definitely. I mean, I think everyone is on edge because they honestly have no idea what could happen tomorrow. There's sort of no track record to go on, and so they're all just wondering, can we plan for the future? Can we figure out what our park needs? Because it feels like any day we could either get what we need or our park could be shrunk in half. Yeah. So just sort of that uncertainty, everyone is definitely on edge and not knowing what the future holds.
Well, as we look at your map, now I didn't realize that 417 national parks in the United States. Mm-hmm. You're 87% done, so where do you still have to go?
Yeah, so fortunately I made it through Alaska this summer. There were 23 sites up there, and only 6 of them you can drive to.
Oh, wow.
So the other 17, I was in bush planes and backcountry tours and boats and carrying bear spray everywhere, and made the drive across Canada, just dropped into the Dakotas, and making my way to the East Coast. I have 59 sites in between Ohio, North Carolina, actually the beaches that are getting slammed right now, and up to Pennsylvania, where Cody's headed.
He doesn't know if he's going to Pennsylvania. He may just be going to Iowa. He doesn't. He really doesn't know.
But then I have one park in Guam that I have to fly over to the other end of the world for, and then I will end this journey on April 29th at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Completed 3-year journey, every state and territory, 417 parks, and probably collapse afterwards.
Yeah, and that is the 11th anniversary of your dad's passing away. It's going to be an unbelievable tribute when it's over. Has there been a point where where you thought, oh, this is too much, I can't possibly finish this?
Probably about once a week. For the first year of this journey, I was dating someone, and he came along with me, and living in a van 24/7 together on the road was just too tough, and so we broke up. And so really for the past year and a half, I've been completely alone, and it's been one of the most lonely experiences of my life. And so really struggling to sort of keep the motivation to keep going, because you can stare at amazing, beautiful places, but if there's nobody there next to you at sunset, it doesn't really mean a lot.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah, so it's been a slog to keep going, but really it's been hearing from all these people and the way that this journey is touching them that makes me realize I absolutely cannot quit. Yeah. And there's so many people counting on me to do this that's what keeps me going.
You are so close, and people can go to MikahMeyer.com to follow the journey, to donate, to help the cause, because it's, I can't imagine what it costs to keep rolling. Now, did you buy one of the national park passes? Is that, do they still have those where you get into all the national parks if you buy this one thing?
They do, yeah. So for $80 a year, you can get into all 122 of the sites that charge a fee to enter. The rest of them are actually free. But yeah, fundraising, I about ran out of money about 6 months after I last talked to you. And it was actually only through starting to speak at churches and share my story at churches that I started getting enough funding to stay on the road. And so when I come to Chicago later this month on September 30th, I'm actually speaking at 2 churches in Evanston at Trinity Lutheran at 8:30 a.m. on the 30th for their Sunday service, and then at Grace Lutheran on September 30th at 7 p.m. I'm doing a whole cabaret show. It's kind of like a Dolly Parton-style concert where I tell jokes, I share clips and photos from the road, and sing songs that have been inspired by the people I've met, and it's like one big, fun, humorous night, and it's a big fundraiser to make sure I can finish these parks.
There you go. And we were going to get to that. It's because you're going to be in Madison doing the show on September 26th at Trinity Lutheran Church in Madison. Then you're going to be in Milwaukee on September 27th at Mount Carmel Lutheran Church. Then, as you said, Evanston, you'll be at the Grace Lutheran Church. That's Sunday, September 30th, 7 p.m. So, in Valpo, too. You're going to be in Valpo on October 2nd at Trinity Lutheran Church. So, a lot of chances for people to come out and support. Now, people may be thinking, well, this guy's been traveling around. What's he doing singing? You were a professional singer for a long time.
I was, yeah. I've been a professional singer for over a decade, and most recently spent a number of years singing at the Washington National Cathedral Choir. So if you watched the funeral for John McCain,
yes,
all those people who were sitting behind Barack Obama and George Bush, that was me. Wow. And so I share a number of songs that I sang during my years at the cathedral, and I'm a countertenor, which is a male soprano. So I can pretty much guarantee you, if you come to the show, you will hear a voice singing that you have never heard before in your life.
That's amazing. And these are songs that are inspired by your trips and by, as you mentioned, the people that you've met. Where is there someone who stands out? There's probably a lot more than one, but can you pick one person who you've met on the journey that has made an unusually large impact on you?
Well, I was down in Florida in Everglades National Park, and there's this thing called a sluice log where you have to walk through the alligator-infested muddy waters. And our entire group was terrified, except our ranger, who introduced herself as Ranger Lori, and I'm a hillbilly from Alabama. And she said that she used to wear green to protect our country in the military, and now she was wearing green to protect our nature. And someone said, what happens if we come across an alligator? And she said, well, you ain't got to fear nothing, because I got this stick and I got the Lord, so no one's going to touch you.
There you go, Ranger Lori. And
yeah, and she appeared at other parks. She worked seasonally, so I saw her in Everglades, and then 6 months later at Dinosaur National Monument, and then 6 months later in Hawaii. So she's just been following me around the country. Yeah, with her stick, keeping me safe.
Well, that's good. Whether it was planned or just by accident, thank goodness for Ranger Lori. Now,
yeah.
I can't imagine. I've been to a few national parks. It's always beautiful. And again, I know I'm asking you to try to pick your favorite kid, but one place that if somebody here was listening saying, all right, I want to get to a national park. I want the most bang for my nature buck. Where would you recommend?
Well, that's actually a very easy question, Brian, because since I don't work for any of the park organizations, I can tell you honestly what I think of them.
Yes.
And I've actually been ranking every single site on a scale of 1 to 10, all 417 parks. And I can tell you right now, my highest rated park is called Dinosaur National Monument. And it's on the border of Utah and Colorado, and it's about 3 hours drive from the closest interstate, so you practically are the only person at the park. It's got dinosaur bones, it's got amazing ridgeline hikes, and it has 2 rivers you can raft. Some of the most amazing geology I've seen in our entire country. And because it's a national monument and not one of the big famous 60 parks, no one is there. So if you want a perfect week-long vacation, spend 2 days hiking, 4 days rafting, 1 day with the dinosaur bones. The kids are happy, you're happy, everyone's happy. Dinosaur National Monument.
Fantastic. Micah, listen, I hope people will come out and see the Cabaret show as Micah makes his way through town as the journey continues. Again, Evanston on September 30th at 7 p.m. at Grace Lutheran Church. Valparaiso on October 2nd at 7 p.m. at Trinity Lutheran Church. For all the information and to donate to help Micah continue this journey, you can go to MikahMeyer.com. That's Micah with a K, MikahMeyer.com. I'm glad we got to touch base again. Please, as the journey winds up, will you join us again?
Totally. I will absolutely do it.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Keep up the good work, and we will talk to you soon, Micah.
Thank you so much. I hope to meet some of your listeners in person.
Us too. Take care. That's Micah Meyer, MikahMeyer.com. Again, you can see the original Cabaret show at Grace Lutheran Church in Evanston on September 30th at 7 p.m. MikahMeyer.com for all the information. Let's do this.